Greetings everyone, and Great here for another Advanced Wars by Web replay. So on the top left side as the gray sky Lash, we've got X-OLDMAN in all capital. Well, on the south side as the blue moon Kindle, we've got Nicoppl. I wanted to say Nicoppl, but I was trying to pronounce the last three letters. There's no consonant or vowel there, so Nicoppl. That's what I'm guessing how to pronounce her. Either way, let's get started. This is a 3-base map, 1 airport, 1 seaport, which is meant to resupply the black boat. Kindle versus Lash is a little bit interesting dynamic. Lash, of course, does provide 10% defense per terrain star, while Kindle does provide plus 40% firepower from urbanized terrain. In short, Lash does get 30% firepower from her cities, like as a good counterpart to Kindle, and a little bit more firepower on everything else, while less firepower from the urbanized terrain stars. But let's be frank, Kindle has a good power and an excellent superpower. Lash has a not so great power and a okay to reasonable superpower. But her day-to-day is generally still better, since it'll probably be a constant 10% firepower with all the planes and potentially some extras. While Kindle, Lash still has to play around those urbanized terrain. Being on top of it can hurt her. Being next to it can hurt her even more. Looks like Kindle's gone for double recon, so Lash goes for triple recon. Kindle goes for a tank up here, sees the recon. Does capture this corner property, and does spot the corner property now. So which could give her a conclusion the fact there's an infantry on this forest there. Also does deny the shore there, so Black Bolt have trouble dropping anything off if there was anything in range to, or to be loaded up into it. Recons interrupt 2 captures there. Does get trapped there, but I'm pretty sure there's, oh no, there is an infantry unit loaded up into it. Which, speaking of which, I could probably, there we go. Now you guys should be able to see it. Or I thought there was an infantry unit there. I thought I highlighted. Infantry's going crazy. We have a mech, tank, and infantry. Drops another capture there. So Lash is maintaining great field control up north. Kindle has good field control as well. Both players gone for double recon rush. Now Kindle's tank is heading up north. Tank, mech, infantry. Interrupts the capture of the comm tower. And just gets on top of the city there, which denied the bonus damage that she would receive from this tank onto this one there. Plus 40% plus 40% firepower. 4 capture parts remaining on this comm tower. Did not have enough money to resupply the infantry there. She purchased everything and then did resupply action, so couldn't get an extra health point there. You have a mech dropped off in that forest as well. Freeze the recon, heads down south for the winter. Mech can get a strike on this infantry in there, which would be great, honestly. And we have another mech being loaded up into here. Tank gets in the forest, just trying to lurk in the woods. Recon does spot it, and tank does get on top of the city. Can be a bit of a problem there. With a tank atop the city, Urban Blight could wound it to make it easy pickings. However, does not have enough energy for Urban Blight. Infantry mech gets dropped off north. We have another mech here. Recon, infantry, and battlecopter. Instead of 82,000 field, Lash is 67, so she's about a half a turn or a full turn behind at the moment. And getting down south. Kindle does have tank nearby. Mech can get inside of the forest here. 1 health recon still going to be very useful as a scouting unit, not to mention 4 health recon as well. There, the ATR is pushed way forward. Battlecop may get a good strike in somewhere, but the ATR is fast approaching. Does take out a couple units there. Does have vision of that mech there. Battlecopter tank infantry. Medium tank infantry. Does hit that infantry unit twice. Still some units is loaded inside of this black boat, a single infantry unit. And, oh, looks like a mech there. Piloting stuff is never really great in caster vision mode. Does get a booster strike onto that mech, which is very nice to get. Infantry, recon, tank, and battlecopter. Hits a tank twice. A recon will draw out the capture there. Urban Blight's available, so there could be a lot of boost damage from some of these properties. Takes the battlecopter there. Urban Blight can soften the ATR, then the mech can get a good strike onto it. Then battlecopter can take a strike from the city. Of course, got another ATR over here in the forest though. Does get some good hits there. Mech does wound the tank there, and does get a good hit in general. Lash taking a lot of good engagement so far this turn. Turn from 97 on the field. Kindle starts the turn of 91. 20,000 income versus 19,000. Does pop the Urban Blight, softening up some of these units, such as this infantry unit and that ATR up here. This infantry unit as well. Does hit double recon and infantry there, so Lash skimped down the spending. Probably fearing of Urban Blight. And she can get something a bit more nice next turn. Mech takes out the recon. Thought it was going to be, oh, that's a different mech. This mech will go for the ATR. Does not take it out. Infantry unit there. Will take it out. Recon will get a boost strike to the infantry unit there, while doing about 120% damage. Battlecopter hits the tank there, out of range of the ATR. It's a good hit there and there. Suffer that unit there. Starting to capture that despicable neutral property there. Tank falls back. Battlecopter hits the tank there. And now we do have a full prime tactics. Perfect movement's always quite nice, particularly for the recons. And she does go with the full prime tactics. Perfect movement, double defense stars. Battlecopter gets a good strike there. Of course, Lash's battlecopters do not get any benefits, unlike Kindle's. Hits that unit twice. Hits this mech for plus 40% firepower. Hits the battlecopter. Infantry, tank, battlecopter, infantry. Mech gets a good strike there on the tank. Well, what's left of it. Another mech down here. Got a mech chain from the bottom factory. We got a recon, battlecopter, and infantry as well. Ends her 102,000. Lash starts her turn of 83, so she's still about a full turn behind in value. Hits the recon. Hits the tank there. Interrupts the capture of the despicable neutral property. Both these cities here, as counterparts, are still despicably neutral. Kindle does have one property captured. This is the one city advantage right there. It's the recon. Takes the mech. Recon gets hits thrice, now twice. And start capturing up the city of a 1 health engineer there. I believe in you. There's a good number of mechs on the field, that's been for sure. There's actually been a fair amount of mechs this entire game. Usually it's not too much. Herbalife floating field, so now that's 1 health infantry units, now down to 1% health. Oh, that's a boosted strike there, plus 80% firepower bonus onto that tank, medium tank. So overall, a lot of the effects of Urban Blight's not super great, just okay. Biggest thing was the battle copper getting boosted strike there on that medium tank. Takes out that 1% HP unit. Answer 112 versus 85. Does get some good strikes there. Does not take the battle copter. Tank infantry. Infantry mech, recon heading up north as well. Does not take out the infantry unit on top of the con tower. Gets another boost strike from the city as well, getting some good amount of damage there. You know, has more battlecopters pushing their way forward. We've got 2 healthy battlecopters from Lash over here. Got another mech, tank battlecopter and recon. Does get a good strike there. We do now have another terrain tactics available, and the flip city up here being flipped. And this despicable neutral property will be captured. Pulls a healthy battlecopter, booster strike on that battlecopter, and actually does not capture the city there. Decides to take out the other battlecopter as well, which is probably a good call, though it does hurt. Net income will be equal. We'll try to capture the despicable neutral property. The mech nearby, if possible, able to pull off the infantry unit there, put a mech on top of it, and get a nice boost strike there. Goes from Urban Blight. Don't know if that's super great, but this medium tank should be at 1% health. And starts capturing up the column tower there. So maybe she did the Urban Blight early this turn just to perhaps get it secured. Oh, yeah, probably that as well, but able to secure up the comm tower, I think, is probably the bigger part why she's going for Urban Blight. Because capturing the comm tower, because it was at, what, 2% health? Or 2 health? Putting down to 1% health will be one-shotted and start capturing this turn as well. Could be very nice, so she's just worried about the recon interrupting, but still. Tank will strike tank. Oh, prime tactics. Delayed prime tactics does get a good hit there on this guy here. Puts it down to 5 health. Hits the mech as well. So Kindle's basically lost everything up here. Battlecopter, infantry. Saves 4,000 funds. Pulls back, gets boost strike onto that battlecopter, taking it out. This recon has extra defense stars. Now on top of the beach, so cannot land anything there. So that infantry unit there. So our captain's properly slowly got a tank here, which does get spotted. Nothing to hit it though. And this tank is pretty safe. So this thing just may need to fall back. Could try to push forward, take out the recon with an 8 health tank. A double mech here for reinforcement. That can be very nice. Mechs do punch well above weight. They counter everything, but they get countered by everything. So Kindle's going to try to just be cost effective up here. Delays one of his mechs, and with also battlecopters. Striking the anti-air is going to be a little bit difficult with mechs, but if she can, that could be great to allow the battlecopters more free reign. or rain down freely. In which that might actually happen. She has to hit this mech for one of these tanks. Because this mech gets a boost strike on this anti-air. Oh, just gets sparks on top of it. An Urban Blight may be able to soften up that tank there so the mech can get a boost strike onto the anti-air. Allow these battlecopters to have free reign over this entire region. So somehow striking that mech or anti-air probably should be higher priority. This one can't get a strike on that tank there. Not hitting the recon. Taking out the recon could be quite nice as well, but somehow shooting that anti-air, I'd say, is going to be very important. Urban Blight is somewhat close, but really, not really. Battlecopter gets a strike there on the tank. Tank will finish it off. Battlecopter gets a strike on the tank. Battlecopter gets a good strike on the tank. Trying to capture that comm tower with a 5 health infantry unit. Again, puts the 1 health battlecopter in the way of the black boat. Medium tank infantry. Multiple mechs walking the way towards the black boat. Double taps there, so will not be able to strike the anti-air. So one of those battlecopters will be going down, but will be in range of that mech. But that mech can easily be hit. Urban Blight's now available. Yeah, I'm thinking. I wonder if the. Never mind. The mech took out the recon there. It's that mech twice. It gets on top of the comm tower once again. And this mech maybe will finish off that tank there would be very nice. She could try to save it for high society. Does go for Urban Blight. Boost strike on the infantry unit there, easily taking it out. Battlecopter strikes tank, tank strikes tank, tank strikes anti-air. Mech does not finish off the tank there, but does not get taken out there as well. Both these units probably getting close down to 1% health. This tank can still go towards this tank, but of course have to risk 1 fog over tile. Battlecopter falls back, tank just goes to the woods, and a couple mechs get dropped off as well. That's probably just a safe option. Tank, anti-air, and another mech. Kindle's going for a heavy number of mechs, that's for sure. Lash is pretty close to another prime tactics. It's that infantry unit up north. Their last despicable neutral property is starting to be captured. Takes up the mech there. Mech can finish off that 3 health infantry unit there. Just hopefully it spots it first. This infantry unit can also take it out as well. Get some good hits. Does take out that infantry unit there. Medium tank heading up north. Goes for infantry unit there. Tank interrupts the capture. Hits the black boat. Battlecopter, anti-air, and another mech. He spies the battlecopter. Battlecopter strikes tank. Kindle does have a full health battlecopter nearby, and a lot of wounded battlecopters as well. Infantry, and battlecopter. Next turn could probably see a prime tactics. It's one of the battlecopters. Finish off that battlecopter there. Urban Blight summon. Probably soften the infantry units there and the battlecopter and this tank. And she actually does capture this comm tower there, so Kindle has both comm towers. Battlecopter, anti-air, infantry, battle mech. Prime tactics now activated. Kindle starts turn ended her turn at 128,000. Lash starts her turn of 87. Anti-air take out the the battlecopter is at 8 health. With a booster strike from the city. It's that tank twice. It's the anti-air or hits couple battlecopters. Does not take out the tank after thrice. Hits the mech. Hits the mech. Medium tank does get spotted there, so that medium tank can strike this regular tank here. Mech can strike this recon. Hits the tank there. To finish off, or yep, we use the medium tank there. Does not finish off there. Finish that recon off. Hits the anti-air. Does not knock it out. Thinks there's extra defense stars. Actually has still 5 health remaining, so went from 8 health down to 5. So the extra defense stars really came in handy. Also wonders why this tank's also still alive as well. The double defense stars come in handy. Another mech, infantry, and medium tank. Does hit that anti-air twice. It's that Battlecopter. Recon artillery infantry. Right now, Lash is pretty grasped on this side of the map. We'll take a hit there from anti-air though. This Battlecopter's down to 1 health. Finish off those units there. Interrupts the capture. Interrupts another capture there. Does pop an Urban Blight. Tank, infantry, and Battlecopter. It's 110,000 versus 71. Both players doing quite well on the weak side. Trying to flip this comm tower back. 19,000 versus 22. So this property is despicably neutral. Neo tank by Lash. Infantry recon, plus good thing she deployed it now. Turn after Urban Blight. Neo tank still poses a threat to the Neo tank, so it's not a perfect counter to everything. And with our Urban Blight, it could be severely weakened. Recon, anti-air, and recon. Captures another number of properties. Anti-air recon tank. Recon tank, recon, and Battlecopter. Anti-air does get trapped. Anti-air, recon, infantry. Medium tank does not spot the medium tank. And of course, this medium tank is top of a city. Neo tank's probably in range, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Neo tank's out of range of the medium tank. Just good hits there. The despicable neutral property has been secured. Trying to flip multiple properties, 22,000 versus 20,000. So Kindle still has an ever so slight advantage. Goes for triple tanks this turn. Hits the infantry unit twice. And takes out the Battlecopter. Hits the tank there for the artillery. Finishes off there. Hits the medium tank twice. And now thrice. That medium tank's effectively knocked out. And there's not much over here that Lash can stop. Well, Kindle can do to stop the Neo tank. Medium tank's still a bit of an issue there. She has a couple tanks. Almost. There's one anti-air and soon to be 2 anti-airs, so Kindle needs to really refocus down south. He is making good progress up north, including capturing multiple properties. Interrupts that capture there, interrupts that capture there. Medium tank takes out the infantry unit there, and booster strike there. Couple hits on these infantry units there. Does get a good hit on the Battlecopter. infantry tank battlecopter and commits base skip. And serve 155,000. Lash is of 23, but she has great presence down south. Both these battlecopters go down this turn. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yep, that one's currently in range. Just needs a clear path. Let's get it down that tank there. Hits the recon, knocks it out. Neo tank hits the regular tank there. Does spot, use the recon to spot the force and then push the battlecopter forward. Very good. And hits the infantry unit there twice. And trying to flip some cities now. Hits the medium tank. Black bow drops off some infantry units there. Double taps the mech. Hits that mech there. Prime tactics can now be summoned for double defense stars. And Lash goes for a full bomber. And serve 147,000. Kindle starts to earn 112, so Kindle is starting to fall behind there. Pops Urban Blight, which will hit that bomber quite nicely. Tank battlecopter. As the battlecopter hits the infantry unit there. Recon. Ready to reconnoiter the area. Does not go for prime tactics last turn. Trying to capture that property once again. Booster strike on the A-tier. And finish it off. Kindle right now has 24,000 income. There could be argument for high society relatively soon. Turn to HQ race, you believe? Possibly, but Lash doesn't really have healthy infantry units nearby. And Kindle's infantry is all mechs. It's not going to be a very fast race. You got mechs and wounded infantry units there. It's the recon, does spot the medium tank there. Both players have 21 properties. According to this, that's probably a little bit inaccurate. APC tank mech. 148 ending, starts to turn 120, so Kindle actually has only ever slightly behind about 150,000 or 1,500. Does capture a property there, hits the 8-tier now. Yep, that number just had to be updated as well, because the difference between these two players' properties are very similar. Neo tank infantry. There's still no proper counter to the bomber. Only a single 8-tier on the field, so there's pretty much no counter to the bomber if it heads down south. You now have Prime Tactics now summoned. Now her units do have perfect movement. It's the mech. It's the mech for double defense stars, double plus 60% firepower. Bomber finds the medium tank, knocks it out, and there's nothing down south to stop the bomber. Even if she were to deploy out a fighter, it would be a very big delay on everything else. This Neo tank will have to advance cautiously, avoid the bomber, and is needed immediately. Recon infantry ain't here. It's not looking good for Kindle. The most she can pop Urban Blight to soften up everything. There's pop Urban Blight to soften up everything. Battlecopter hits the couple units there. Mech hits good strike there and there. After starting to catch property, hits the infantry unit there. Mech finishes off that one unit there. Double defense stars comes in handy. Recon hits the infantry unit there. It's the recon. Lots of good hits there. She needs to go goes for 8-tier battlecopter infantry. So be very careful with the Neo tank, because if it gets spotted, the bomber will just will basically take it out. 2-off Battlecopter could charge forward and just try to get some spotting done, which would probably be a good call. I would say put the Battlecopter on top of this mountaintop. That would be a good spotting spot. Less likely to trap somewhere. Looks like does not try to scout up ahead. And right now, Blue's force is just getting flanked and being picked off. Neotank Infantry Recon. 94,145. Lash is a pretty solid grasp in the game. Picks off a number of wounded units. Yeah, can't get the Neotank on top of the HQ because there's mountains away. Regular tank or medium tank trying to block the path. Its artillery piece could enter the missile platform, just get, say, next to the medium tank. Both would be adequate. Or it just hits the resign button. As Angrade saying, thank you for watching, and on to the next replay.